Hello, good evening. The time is 7:30 in the evening. Date is 26th of the 9th, 2012. This is a message from Mr. James Brokenshire, the minister. Believe he's some sort of a minister of crime or something at the Home Office. Mr. James, this message is in regards to previous videos that you put on your Home Office website, and they were referring to me. One at the time the shoot to kill policy was approved, and the second time right after. On the first one you mentioned you use the best technology and all means necessary to make people feel safe at home. Perhaps by all means necessary, you're referring to kidnapping, intoxication, and all that injections are received, all that drugs I was given. Perhaps you're referring to that particular car accident which is on my first video, in order to either kill me or put me on a wheelchair for the rest of my life. And all best technology, you're referring to cameras and bugs in my house, and a lot of other technologies which were used. All means necessarily again could come under all the spies in my life as a friend, girlfriend, all the torture in the most horrific way that I went through, such as trying desperately to put me in a mental health hospital by giving me a lot of drugs and telling me I'm paranoid and all these things are happening is not true when all the allegations about me are there. Perhaps you're also referring to arranging my execution once I leave the United Kingdom. So if you're referring to any one of these, this is your answer, sir. Plus on your second video you mentioned something, you're really trying to find out what the problems are, in case there is antisocial behavior or something, if they have a drug problem and other things, and you want to see how to help them. Well, the answer to what you're saying, sir, as I was isolated for a period of 2.5–3 years, I was not able to work, obviously, so I was only getting about 50 or 60 quid a week on benefit, due to isolations that I was receiving. So where did I get the money to get that much drugs? You were watching me 24/7. If I was doing anything illegal, sir, that would have been picked up by you guys straight away. So where did I get that money? How did I get drugs? Did I put drugs in my own food and my own drink? Some of them are actually happened in front of a camera, but still no actions and nothing taken. By all means necessary, do you also mean that I cannot find a lawyer in the whole United Kingdom? There is not even one lawyer that be able to take on my case. Are you referring to all that diversion to my phone calls? People pretending to be lawyers or they're not. Oh, we can't take on your case with all this evidence. Are you referring to Mr. Potkin and Manoto TV, that they were in that period of time, I believe they were supposed to find a lawyer and they were in contact and they have received a lot of money, and Mr. Potkin personally, as far as I know, he's one of the guys at the second or third occasion that I was about to be set up for a rape by Home Office. Mr. Potkin was behind the whole thing, plus Mr. Agron, and there was another guy, Ozzy. These people doing actually dirty work for Home Office. Let me actually refer to the crime part of the Home Office, sir. On the crime part it says knives and guns are illegal. I was offered guns and other explosive things by the anti-terrorist police, by the Home Office undercovers, and by other people which I do not wish to talk about anymore until I see the judge at the court. Human trafficking, he says, is illegal. Sir, when I was Mr. Ali Malik Farnood, which you set up the company for, you gave him a legal citizenship to him, his wife, and there was also part of a contract with him was to be able to bring his wife's sister and her daughter and be able to stay in this country and be able to get a refugee state. There was a guy called Sam in Liverpool, and didn't you set up the company for Mr. Ali Malik Farnood that I would be earning about 50–60,000 pounds and offer him the £10,000 to get a fake passport and travel to Canada? As you were not willing to give me my passports, stealing my passports, stealing my documents and my monies every time I was trying to apply for my citizenships. I don't mean you personally, I mean a lot of agents that perhaps work for you and work for Home Office. So is that not human trafficking? Is that not illegal for Home Office? On your website it says rape is illegal, but how many times Home Office were actually trying to set me up for a rape? How many times? I mean, how many times I was forced to have sexual relation with the people against my will? How many times was that, mister? How many times was that? And we don't even go anywhere near kidnapping and theft and other stuff. It was just a few things. Or all these things are actually illegal for members of publics, but not for Home Office, because they set the rules. They can do what they like. They can simply do what they like, sir, yeah? At this moment of time, sir, why am I not able to find any lawyers? Is that part of all means necessary? That car accident, arranging my execution once I leave the United Kingdom, which I know exactly where the money comes from, to who's going and who's arranging all that, sir? Is that part of a deal? To make sure people are safe? Yeah, we don't even go anywhere near cooperation with the Iranian Secret Service, which they're considered to be an enemy of this country, and sending people in my life that pretending to be members of Iranian Secret Service, and some truly are. A lot of complications, which I don't want to go anywhere near to that until the court date. By all means necessary, do you mean the Iranian guys from Manoto TV or Mr. Potkin? How much money were the Home Office offering them if they would be successful in order to set me up for a rape? How much are they getting now? They're buying new cars, strip clubs, new cars, everything, all this taxpayers' money. Where is all this money coming to them, sir? Where is all this money coming to them? I'm here suffering every day, every night. I'm suffering I'm under the massive psychological torture in the most horrific way. You're sending people around to me, the people who have previously been paid, for instance, to come and sleep with Camilla Hansen, which is one of the most terrifying creatures the world have ever seen. She is more danger to this country than a live nuclear warhead in a London city could be. So, and try to provoke me to get in a fight with them. In my previous videos, you'll be able to see what they're doing. They come under all those means necessary for you, sir? I'm writing to Home Office in regards to have the information in regards to shoot to kill policy, which was approved for me, and the allegations that were made about me. They don't want to give them to me. Why? I have to have those allegations. Don't you think that the reason I can't get those allegations are mainly because maybe some of those allegations were actually made by the Home Office? Home Office had paid certain people to make those allegations, don't you think? Such as Mr. Muhammad Abdul something, which I can't remember his surname, who threw all my stuff, sat in the street and did other stuff. Is that one of the reasons you don't want to give me those allegations? Or the woman who claimed to be raped? Who paid her to make such a claim? MI5? Iranian Secret Services or UKBA? Why did I get those allegations? Why? Are you waiting for one of the guys that you hired to come and finish me off before I get a chance to see those, sir? Who is the lawyer at the court that I had, maybe? Why am I not allowed to know what court it is, so I'll be able to write to them? Is that because in the meantime you'll be able to destroy the rest of the evidence? I received a letter from these monsters, and on the part is quite yellow. I don't know if you can read what it says. I'll read it for you. It says some of this information has been basically reducted because it's got other people detailed on there, and some of them has been reducted under the section 28 of DPA, which actually allows these monsters to hide their crime behind sections. Home Office will also send me a letter not giving me any information that will lead to me not having any lawyer. Death threats are 24/7, and many other things. Sir, I mean, all these things I'm saying, you have to answer back. I mean, the Home Office, somebody has to answer back for these at the court. And also, Mr. James, why don't you guys take me to the court? I put 31 videos here online. Why don't you guys take me to the court? You can say, oh, he's disrespecting Home Office. You can say that, you know. But you might not be able to get away anymore with a psychological problem, because everybody knows I don't have a psychological problem, and all the things you guys were saying were absolutely rubbish. Just say he's disrespecting. Just make me a terrorist. Make some evidence. I don't know, put my fingerprint in some guns or something. You know, the guns that Turkish police guy, I believe he's working for anti-terrorist police, his name was Ali, that's what he told me, that we're referring to, you know, all those guns and other stuff, which I don't want to get into until the court day. Why don't you do that then? I mean, I really like to go to the court, and I'll be honest with you, it doesn't make a difference to me whether you take me to the court or I take you guys to the court. Somebody, the court must happen as soon as possible, I hope, because these monsters, animals that are around me, and the terrible monsters that have been receiving millions and thousands and hundreds to carry out this from the taxpayers' money, that are suffering themselves in this current climate that we have. And these people be able to receive all this money to do the dirty work for Home Office, unfortunately, such as Mr. Potkin and that lawyer that has been allegated for me, and many other people from Manoto TV station, which they will all be coming to the court. And such, what a coincidence, they're all Baha'is mainly, and this is all coincidence, this is all paranoia. Sir, this was the answer to what you were mentioning, sir. I have lived in this country since the year 2002, and let me show you something, sir. Something that I hope I have it here. Yes, there it is. And since that year up to now, I have no criminal record whatsoever. No criminal record whatsoever. Not even one criminal record whatsoever. And I was picked and I was chosen. I never take drugs with my will. All of a suddenly, MI5 and Home Office enters your life, you find a drug problem, you become a racist, you become a sexist, you have a psychological problem, you end up having a sexual problem, you become a terrorist and rapist and many other things. Doesn't make sense, does it? It does not make sense whatsoever. Plus, you mentioning things I have a sexual problem. You send a woman in a nightclub to rub my body from the front and the back in front of a camera. You pay somebody else to put drugs in my drink to take me out of a normal state of mind, and you surround me with all your bicycles, all going to me like that, and they all got faces like that as well, all these girls. Well, I wonder if that will happen to you, what sort of problems you will find, sir. I'd really like to see you in that position, and many other monsters that have been doing that to me. So, the only thing I can suggest, try to take me to the court as soon as possible. I mean, you can bring your most racist judge that you can imagine. You will not have a problem finding witnesses, the amount of money you have. Perhaps you'll find some judge and some dentist and some school teacher with the kids. They all come as a witness, and they're all mentioning things about me. Oh my God, that I'm such a bad person. Well, I would strongly, I would like to know why the Home Office and MI5 are actually refusing to give me all this information. Why don't you guys just say he's lying? You know why you don't say that? Because you know it's true. You all say he has a psychological problem, to be able to cover up the disgusting actions that have been taking place, sir. My MP does not help me out. My own MP, Miss Featherstone. Why is that? Does she receive messages or emails from someone, or ask her a specific request to write in my behalf to Home Office and ask for this certain information? But she doesn't do that. I don't know why. I guess nobody is listening to me. Thank you very much for your time, sir. That was just the answer to your videos. Have a good day.